Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We meet again here by the famous Big Ben, which is about to bong any minute. I've timed it perfectly, haven't I? I come armed with a piece of paper, as Neville Chamberlain once said, because there are so many things to talk about. And it's nice and quiet today because it's drizzling a little bit, and I'm really hoping that my phone is going to hold up to the drizzle. I don't know how Neil Sean does it. I really don't. I take my hat off to that guy. Right. Firstly, the palace apparently are going to take their time to make a decision as to what to do. The quote was, "No knee-jerk reaction," and I think that's marvellous. It's always best to take time. We don't live in an Instagram speed society where decisions have to be made at click internet speed. And I think they're quite right to take their time on this one and decide what action, if any, they're going to take. Meghan in the car park again, another car park. How predictable. I mean, what's the thing with car parks? Meanwhile, the Princess of Wales has been to events looking stunning, smiling, keeping calm, carrying on. Here come the 10 bongs. I just love this guy. This is Abby Gardner news at 10 in the morning. I really timed this perfectly, didn't I? It's not intentional. It just takes me time to walk from where we're staying. And the big thing is, apparently the Dutch translators didn't just make some shit up and didn't just decide to put Catherine and Charles's names in. Apparently it was Omid's UK agent, according to the Times, and regurgitated by the Daily Mail. So it turns out after all that the translators weren't psychic. They didn't just thought they'd bung a couple of names in there to shit stir. It turns out Omid was, let's be generous and say, incorrect in his fervent statements that he made. More incorrections, misremembering. Oh, I suppose it was his agent's fault. I feel that investigation into this is not going to go away or get any more comfortable or easier. And the palace tonight are having a reception, a pre-Christmas reception for something like 500 members of the diplomatic corps. How appropriate. Very appropriate. Was that 10 bongs? I thought that was only 2 bongs. Oh well. So yes, so I'll be interested to see what the Princess of Wales is going to wear tonight. Now, I might, because where we're staying is not very far from Buckingham Palace. If it's not tipping down with rain, I might tonight waddle up to the palace and go live from outside. Now, obviously I can't read comments because for some unknown reason there's a nanny state thing in this area where I'm not allowed to read comments on YouTube. I can on X, formerly known as Twitter, which is the most vicious social media platform in the whole bunch of them. Whereas YouTube, which is like literally the nicest of the social media, we're not allowed. So I might do that tonight. I would normally say let me know if you want me to in the comments below, but there's not much point in that. Perhaps you could let me know in the likes, because I can see likes. If you watch the video, and I don't normally ask for this, but if you want me to go live outside Buck House tonight and see if I can catch any people driving in and out, dignitaries, I mean, I won't know who the hell any of them were, and I don't know if the Prince and Princess of Wales will be arriving by car, if they'll already be there, but worth a try, isn't it? And I love going up there. I just feel, it's the one part of London I really feel I'm out in the countryside. And the British Fashion Awards, apparently last night, I just loved that girl that wore the silver spiky things down her back. I'll put a link in the description to that so you can all go and have a look if you haven't already seen. I just thought that looked sensational, very unusual. That's going to be a trendsetter, I think. But of course, Meghan was putting them all to shame by her pap walk in a car park. That's far more impressive, isn't it? Wouldn't want to see her at any of these red carpet events, eh, Harry Emmanuel? That guy's probably taking some pills and whiskey in his office right now with the phone off the hook. And another big thing that's apparently happening today is there's going to be a decision made on Harry's security here in the UK. Now, if he is to be granted security in the UK, would that grant him security on foreign land? I don't know the intricacies of that. I think that's a big fear for a lot of people, isn't it? So that decision is coming out today. And also apparently on Friday there's going to be a decision on his action against the Daily Mail for them. They apparently, I think, if I've got this right, said in a previous article that he tried to hide the fact, something to do with his security. He tried to hide something and they printed that, and he's suing them for that. I mean, it's so earth-shattering, I can't remember what the hell it was all about. Whereas this Omid Scobie diarrhea bomb, and that's what this is a diarrhea PR bomb for Meghan. This is awful, awful for Meghan. I can remember all about that, but I can't remember exactly what perceived slight it is that Harry's suing the Daily Mail for, or what infinitesimal, insignificant nothingness that Harry's suing the Daily Mail. I bet he wished he saved up all his cash for all this diarrhea, so I don't suppose there's a lot of money left in the pot. That's unusual, seeing cars down here. Now the titles. This is the big hot potato, isn't it? A lot of people want their titles removed, and as a lot of people have quite rightly pointed out, if the ducal title were to be removed, then technically they would be Prince and Princess Henry of Sussex, presumably, or I don't know, Windsor or Windsor Mountbatten. And so Meghan could potentially, I mean, technically she is a princess of the United Kingdom. She is married to Prince Harry. He is a prince, and therefore she and Catherine are, that's their working title, they are princesses of the United Kingdom. If the Duchess title were to be taken, then she would presumably call herself Princess Meghan, even though that's not the correct title, and it's no good people screaming she can't call herself Princess Meghan. What's going to happen? Is she going to be arrested for calling herself Princess Meghan? Actually, the law in this country is you can call yourself anything you like. It is very easy to change your name. You can have your first name changed to Princess if you like, or Duchess. You can call yourself absolutely anything. You just do a simple statutory declaration and you let it be known to the passport agency, driving licence, bank, whoever you want, title deed of any properties you own, that's how you would like to be called. That's one of the things in our country. So although we have protocols and procedures and guidance for titles and ranks, there's nothing, and she's not even in the United Kingdom, there is nothing to stop her calling herself Princess Meghan. And if the ducal title were to be removed, I do believe that's exactly what she would do and her PR. So bear that one in mind. As far as legalities of having titles removed, 1917 Act, I don't know anything about that at all. I'm not a lawyer, never take my advice, and always double check everything that I say, because I might be completely wrong. But what I do know is that the editing of the royal website would be very simple. To remove their bios from the working royals. They are not working royals. They are not working royals. And it sends out a terrible message, especially to American citizens who have had their First Amendment criticised by Prince Harry. And they are quite right to be angry. They fought a war of independence. They fought for the right not to be lorded over by royalty. Now Americans, a lot of Americans love royalty, love our royal family, and are open and welcome to them. But it is extremely rude for Prince Harry to move to their country and then start criticising no less than the First Amendment. It's very rude to move to any country and start criticising the guest host country that you live in. Graham and I, for example, live in Spain. We adore Spain. We adore their royal family. We don't criticise them. We wouldn't start trying to lord it over them. But we're nobodies. But Prince Harry carries with him attention from the press. It was ill-advised, to say the very least, that he wanted to start criticising free speech and using institutions such as the Aspen Institute. In the same breath, I would say to Americans that feel strongly about this, take heart, because although it feels like nothing's happening with King Charles, I think things are happening behind the scenes, and some visible decision will be made. And I, for one, strongly campaign for them to be removed from the bio, not from the line of succession, which is that's a legal thing. So Harry and his children would remain on the part of the website that has the line of succession. That's something different. That also does set a dangerous precedent, having laws that can remove titles, because today Prince Harry, tomorrow. Okay? And it's not a popularity contest, and it's not an election, it's a monarchy. And they're born into it, and you get what you get. That's kind of part of the deal you live with. But the website, that is something that Charles has full control over. I hope that Prince William has them removed. I hope Charles has them removed from the bio, especially the part that says they're spending their time in North America and the other half in the UK, which is a blatant inaccuracy, otherwise known as a lie. They are not. They are not. Delete them from the website on that part of the website. What the royal family could do is create a new page, if one does not already exist, which would have a family tree of the existing members, and Meghan and Harry would be there. But they should not be in the prominent working part of the website. And I'm with Lady C and others who say, why, that website's easy to edit, do it. Otherwise you lose support and it sends a bad and misleading message out. Anyway, so I might do another video later, depending on what the outcome of Harry's court case is going to be. Perhaps he will be granted security, or perhaps he won't. We have to wait and see. And I might see you outside Buckingham Palace. I wonder if Neil Sean go down to Buckingham Palace. That would be awesome to meet up with him. And then I can ask him, how do you cope with all the sirens in London? And an old bonger there. I suppose he goes somewhere else, but you know, walking 5 or 6 miles is just about my limit, because I've got to walk 5 or 6 miles back. And Buck House is up the road, just beyond the clock. And so, yeah, I might go live from there tonight. So if you do want to see me live, likes. I tell you what, if I get, I don't know, because I don't really want to do it because it might be raining. If I get 2,000 likes or more, I'll definitely go to Buckingham Palace and go live. Thank you very much for listening.